Our solar system. Have you ever gazed up at the sky and wondered what's beyond the clouds, the birds, and even the moon? Up there, in the vast expanse of space, lies our incredible solar system, full of wonders just waiting to be explored. Imagine we could leave Earth and set off on a journey through this cosmic neighborhood. We call it the solar system because everything in it revolves around the sun. Solar comes from the Latin word for sun, and the sun itself is a star, similar to the twinkling dots we see at night, only much closer to us. Despite its closeness, the sun is still about 93 million miles away from Earth, which is why it looks so small from our vantage point, even though it's the largest object in our solar system. In fact, the sun holds over 99% of the solar system's mass. If you gathered up all the planets, moons, asteroids, and comets, they would make up less than 1% of the total mass. The sun is so enormous that it's over 100 times wider than Earth. If it were a gigantic jar, you could fit more than 1 million Earths inside it. It's also the force that keeps everything in our solar system in orbit. Its powerful gravity pulls everything together, keeping Earth and the other planets from floating off into space. The sun is crucial for life on Earth. Without its heat and light, plants wouldn't grow, water would freeze, and nothing could survive. The sun's warmth comes from its constant burning. It's a massive ball of hot gas, mainly hydrogen and helium, with temperatures soaring to millions of degrees in its core. Now let's embark on a tour of the planets. Our journey begins with Mercury, the closest planet to the sun. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, much tinier than Earth. It's one of the 5 planets you can spot with the naked eye from Earth. However, it doesn't look like a typical planet. It appears more like a bright star, often visible near the horizon at sunrise or sunset. Mercury resembles our moon with its rocky surface and craters. It has no atmosphere and no moons, and its temperatures swing wildly from scorching hot in the sun to freezing cold in the shade. Interestingly, Mercury zips around the sun faster than any other planet, completing an orbit in just 88 days. Next up is Venus, the second planet from the sun. Venus is often called Earth's twin because of their similar size and gravity, but its surface is quite different. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, despite being further from the sun than Mercury. Its thick, toxic atmosphere traps heat, making it incredibly warm. The atmosphere is made mainly of carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid, so it's not breathable. Venus is stunningly bright and can be seen in the night sky, outshining all but the moon. If you see a brilliant star at sunset or sunrise, it's likely Venus. Moving on, we reach Earth, our home and the third planet from the sun. Earth is known as a Goldilocks planet because its conditions are just right, not too hot and not too cold, to support life. It's the only planet we know that has living things. Next, let's visit Mars, the 4th planet from the sun. Mars, often called the red planet, gets its color from iron oxide or rust on its surface. It's smaller than Venus and Earth, but larger than Mercury. Mars is cold and rocky, with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and oxygen. There's water ice on Mars, and scientists are very interested in it because they think it might be possible for humans to live there with the right technology. Currently, 2 rovers are exploring Mars and sending valuable information back to Earth. Mars is also unique because it has 2 moons. These moons are small and irregular, unlike our round moon. They might be captured asteroids from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, a vast ring of rocky objects orbiting the sun. Next is Jupiter, the 5th planet. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system and is classified as a gas giant. It's so enormous that 11 Earths could line up across its equator. Jupiter is also the 3rd brightest object in the night sky, after Venus and the moon. You can usually find it higher up in the sky than Venus. Jupiter boasts at least 67 moons, but many are tiny, like mountains or smaller. Some of its larger moons are comparable in size to Mercury, and one is even the largest moon in the solar system. You can see these large moons from Earth with a telescope. Jupiter is made entirely of gas, so landing on it isn't possible. Even if you could, Jupiter's intense storms would be a serious challenge. One of its storms, the Great Red Spot, has been raging for at least 200 years. Following Jupiter, we reach Saturn, another gas giant known for its stunning rings. From afar, the rings seem solid, but they're actually made of countless small ice particles, rocks, and dust. Saturn has more than 60 moons, with some as large as Mercury and many more smaller ones. Interestingly, Saturn is so light that if you could place it in a giant bathtub, it would float. Saturn is the farthest planet visible from Earth without a telescope. Next is Uranus, the seventh planet from the Sun. Uranus is a gas giant too, but much smaller than Saturn and Jupiter. It's unique because it spins on its side. Uranus has rings, though they're smaller than Saturn's, and 27 known moons. Its blue color comes from methane in its atmosphere. Finally, we reach Neptune, the eighth planet from the Sun. Neptune is another blue gas giant with a darker shade of blue than Uranus. It also has methane in its atmosphere and a few thin rings and 14 known moons. Neptune is so far from the Sun that it takes over 164 years to complete one orbit. The last time Neptune was in the same position it is now was before many modern inventions, like cars and computers, even existed. You might be wondering about Pluto. Discovered in 1930 and originally classified as the ninth planet, Pluto is much smaller than any other planet and even smaller than many moons. As more was learned about Pluto, scientists discovered other similar objects in its vicinity, some even larger. In 2006, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet to reflect its smaller size compared to the 8 main planets. There are at least 6 known dwarf planets, with possibly many more yet to be discovered. So there you have it, the 8 official planets of our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I hope you enjoyed this cosmic adventure through our solar system. Until next time, goodbye.